everybody to the Ballad of the Menagerie. As we come in on our heroes or protagonists, as it were, and we kind of like the shot just is like a shot from on front, from like in front of, so we kind of get like them spread out. We got Oliver Byrne and this big bear just standing there. Where like how let's get a physical description of Oliver Byrne. Like, what is it? Let's do that. Since we're introducing a new character anyway,
Okay.
he'll do his when he's here when we introduce him. But just to reacquaint everybody.
Yeah, Oliver Byrne. Um, well, first I have a picture here. He is a very large brown bear, large creature if I remember correctly. Um, Standing on his hind legs, he'd be well. I think it was 10 feet for standing up. Not wide, but tall.
Hmm.
Uh, and then when he's flopped down on all fours, which is his usual method of walking, he's about uh, oof, does that make him like 6 feet long?
Something like that, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and
The
probably about 6 feet, 7 feet wide. He has to squeeze through a lot of doors.
Yeah,
He
it's
has
true.
a he does have a suit of armor. It's just a simple oh, what's that stuff called? Second skin. So it's just
Ah,
like a layer that goes over his fur, nice and light and airy, so he can breathe. Uh,
so second skin looks like normal clothing for the most part. Like, does this look like a bodysuit kind of thing? Does this look like a suit? Is it narratively? What does this look like? I
it's
mean, does it look like
probably
you're
more
trying?
like sciency spacesuit looking. Uh,
Oh, okay.
Less street clothes because he doesn't care how he looks.
You have a Do you have a doctor's coat,
Yeah, it's
please?
like a yeah. I'll
Awesome.
give it a doc. I like that. It's a doctor's coat. Um, and he's got a little thing on his forehead, as the picture indicates.
Nice.
Yeah,
The sort of decoration headband thingy.
yeah. And
Awesome.
on his wrist, he's got this really large computer thing, which is his biohacker med. God, I can't remember what it's called.
Custom micro lab.
Yeah, custom micro lab.
Mm, awesome. And like, what kind of pose is Oliver in as he hears the rumblings of something coming from down the hall that is potentially this troll that you're whose poop you're staring at right now?
You know that thing that bears do where they don't stand all the way up, they just kind of lift up slightly and turn. It's kind of
Okay.
like that. He's lifted up, he's turned slightly as he hears it coming, and he's probably getting into a more battle stance ready, so he's standing all the way up. But that's like the pause frame as we come in, is like
All
that
right.
halfway standing.
And uh, who's standing next to Oliver? And let's get a description. Who's standing? We'll say directly to the right of Oliver.
Shadow.
Okay, let's get a description of Shadow here.
Yeah, Shadow is a basically a anthropomorphic panther, also wearing a second skin armor, which looks like a dark charcoal gray bodysuit, and he's looking wherever Oliver's looking and pulling out his pistol.
All right, cool. Um, who's next down the line, or on the other side of Oliver? And which is it? Is it next down the line, or is it on the left side of Oliver? And who is it? Who's next?
Put Chess on the left side of Oliver.
Okay. So let's get a description of Chess and kind of what your stance is here in the moment.
She's a short, like 5'5", kind of humanoid looking thing, but she has these little bug like antenna things coming out of her head, long blackish hair, and she has on what her clothes is a like a flight suit type thing
Hmm.
that kind of is just a body, and then you can see her shoulders and the upper part of her arm, and then she has flight gloves on too. But at this point, she also has her pistol in her hand, and slowly moving up is the armor starting to glow in her as she hears that sound of her ability. I forgot what it's called off the top of my head.
Your Solarian ability, your solar weapon.
No, the solar armor.
Oh, that's right. You went with the armor direction. All right, right on. So you got your like solar armor flickering on as you draw your pistol. And Big Al, are you to are you to the left of Shess or are you to the right of Shadow? And what
If
is
I remember correctly, like if I am like to the right or left of anyone, I am moving forward. If I remember correctly.
right? So you're moving forward. What is what does Big Al look like?
So Big Al is kind of uh he's got like gray eyes right now, blue hair. The material that he wears is kind of like a cloak.
Hmm.
It's kind of a like a black cloak, and essentially, yeah, his eyes kind of flicker different colors every now and then, but right now it's gray, and he's a really short guy. He's actually like 5'2". And like looking at him, I mean, you could tell that he's an android just by like at certain joints, there's lights that kind of light up that are also the same color as his light up eyes. But like everything else looks humanoid, like skin wise, and right now you see him kind of like holding his fists up, like he's reloading his fists, like getting ready for a throwdown, basically.
Reloading his fists. I like it. Um, all right. And we like as we get like this moment, and we hear like the roaring sound of the troll. We kind of get we kind of cut away. Like first, we get like um a cutaway to what looks like a humanoid at first, but as it turns its head, reacting to something it hears, we see that it's humanoid in shape, but not necessarily in the sense and form and function. But this person or creature or whatever it is not directly standing with the group. They're kind of somewhere that is, maybe off to the side. They like is maybe kind of wandering into the room. You've been lost down here for a minute. The rest of your work crew like fucking bailed when the troll came along. uh, you actually have, and we'll get to this in a second, but let's get a description of Tiz here or Tiz.
Well, Tiz seems to be a faceless uh, humanoid-ish creature of beige uh, skin or composition. Um, the humming of insects can always be heard around him, and he stands about 5'8", 5'9", with a total of 8 limbs. Two arms coming out at where his shoulders would normally be on your average humanoid, and then below that, you also have two sets, one right above the other, of very much smaller arms, about a third of the size of the regular arms, and then it stands on 2 legs. Uh, it is covered in a suit that has several holes cut in it. They're not rips; they're cuts. And on occasion, you do see a small insect fly out from one of these holes.
Oh, nice. All right, and we get a description of the drone that's following you too.
Skittering behind the faceless humanoid is a chrome metallic, approximately dog-sized spider. It has a sword attached to it that looks like it can whip out and kind of slash it around. And there appears to be some sort of device on its underside that looks like it may be a pistol of some type.
Okay, awesome. So, Tiz, you have you were down here when your work crew got attacked by this troll. You saw it fuck them up pretty good. Everybody kind of scattered. You've been wandering down here for a while. You give me a perception check, Tiz. I wanna see where you're if you notice something here. A perception or an engineering, whichever is better for you.
There you are.
All right. Well, first thing, the people that you see this grouping of people, like as you kind of wander into this room, they're standing around a pile of bear poop and looking down the hallway directions of sound that sound kind of like the troll to you. Um, but something you do notice is that they are, they're kind of, they kind of have really like not great weapons for trying to take on a troll. They actually kind of have like the sort of like low end models of shit at their disposal at the moment. You, however, and they look like they're determined to. They look like they're getting themselves set up to fight. However, um, you did happen to find because this place when you guys were hired to renovate it, it used to be like a raiders. It used to be used by like a lot of raiders and stuff. You happen to know that you have found the armory in this place. Um, and there's some weapons in there that are a little bit better. Not a whole lot of weapons, but there's some weapons in there that are a little bit better than what they look like they're sporting at the moment. But they look like they're getting ready to battle. Would everybody like to? I will give you a quick minute for interaction, real quick, before I start having initiatives rolled and stuff like that.
But
Um,
but but what race is this?
but yeah, that's kind of hard to figure out. Actually, you could get once you
Yeah,
notice him, you can give me a life science check,
that is
Oliver
true.
Byrne. You do know something about living creatures.
And not living ones. Do do do.
I'm tired of standing around here. Let's take action.
No, I remember last
I
time
stumble.
I rolled and I learned a little bit about trolls, but
Well, I mean, if you're like when you notice this other person who has entered, um, you will be able to make a life science roll.
yeah.
First of all, do you say anything to these strangers?
No.
Okay.
I remember last time I rolled and I learned a little bit about trolls, but I can't remember what all I learned. I know.
Uh,
I think I learned about
Roll the tape.
fire.
Roll the 12.
you know that you need fire,
Yep, which I have.
and you know that they're big and
Fire
they're
bad.
dangerous.
Okay.
All right.
You know that their bite and claw attacks can cause serious, severe wounds.
Okay, yeah, I'm just probably like, remember, use fire if you can.
So,
I look back and acknowledge him, and then pull out my laser pistol.
ready? Everybody give me Oliver, Shadow, Chess, Big Al. Give me perception checks, if you would.
Perception checks. Perception. Perception. Roll.
Bruh. Bruh.
Hmm. Ah,
I
Big Al
do
is on
actually.
top of it.
Um, I have my little special ability, Psychic Sense, which is I can sense nearby creatures using telepathy. So I
Humble.
have blind sense thought within range equal to the range of my limited telepathy, which is 30 feet.
Well, I'd say then you're probably well aware of, and Big Al, you notice as well. This other creature arrived from like a different hallway that's coming in kind of off to the side and behind you. Um, there seems to be some kind of security robot with it, and um, Oliver, go ahead and give me that life science check. We'll see if you know what you. Let's see what you know here. Um. Oh yeah, you know exactly what this thing is. You have never seen one in person, and details are sketchy on what their biology is like and whatnot. But this is a Spothanae. They are a living colony that is an individual. It's an insect that's or it's a colony of insects that's that function as and are effectively an individual. They have that no one's quite sure how they came to exist or what planet they originally came to exist on, but and they're not exactly super common. They're which is why it's kind of weird to see one here. They are intelligent and can communicate.
That's awesome.
I do monologue when I notice him, and I'm like, another lost soul crossed our path.
Yeah, like at first I see him and instantly in my mind is like another threat, but then I see the drone, and of course my mind, my great mind is like, an intelligent creature, and that's like because sensing thought doesn't always mean I know they're intelligent, but then I recognize what it is. I'm like, fascinating, and I'm like, stay back. I don't know he, she, sir. Stay back. There is a
They
troll in this cave.
Well, in response first to the monologuing, the we will respond, or we say, we are many lost souls.
He says. He says calmly, but I suspect there's some nervousness underneath.
Oh God.
it's just awesome.
Something about this guy didn't really seem too trusting.
You hear the
Al, you need to focus.
Yes, prepare for battle.
yeah. You know damn good and well that this troll has a pretty good chance of just ripping through each and every one of you with the weapons that they're carrying. Because you alone and your drone, or you and your drone alone, are not going to be able to tape this thing down. And they look like they kind of know what they're doing. They just don't have good shit. And you happen to know that there are, that you happen to have been to the armory and seen that there are 3 flame pistols that exist that would be pretty handy that exist in the armory. And
Uh,
there's one other thing in there as well. I need to look it up real quick. There's 3 flame pistols and
Oh man. Mm,
and a hmm and a Costa Lance liquidator rifle, which
that
can deal acid damage.
that said, I'll look around at the group and say, we can use you. Come with us.
My
And
telepathy picks up.
I'll begin walking to the armory.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
We
Like,
didn't have much choice, though we knew we were walking to our doom.
I love it. Yeah. You hear as you hear the troll crashing down the hallway. You guys, how quickly do you guys make because you can hear it running down the hallway at this point. How quickly do you guys make your follow?
um, as fast as he's going or they're going, just like
Base.
my paws slap the ground. My 10,
Alright.
9 centimeter long claws clack, clack, clacking away. Sorry.
Yeah,
I have a knife on each finger.
you hear the right. You hear the troll enter the room you were just standing in, and start crashing things around and whatnot. And you can probably, as you're like you it seems to be searching around and what have you, but you guys manage to make to the armory, and you find the aforementioned three flame pistols. Those are in the core rule book and what have you under small arms, and then the cost eject uh, Lancer, the cost eject liquidator is in the character operations manual under long arms.
Alright, well, the Costo Ject is small arm. The Costo Lance is the long arm. Is that the one you mean?
Yes,
Okay.
you're. It's considered an injection weapon. You're automatically proficient with all injection
Yep.
weapons as a biohacker. So
That's why I was
if
like,
you're,
I was like, that sounds familiar. I think I looked it up earlier.
yeah, uh, it's not a bad weapon. It gives you a decent range on it. But you guys managed to find, and you managed to also find a couple of suits of freebooter armor that look like they'd fit Shadow and Chess anyway.
I was about to say.
If you guys want to
What was the name of the weapon? Flame?
flame
Flame
pistol,
pistol.
Flame
Yep.
pistol, okay.
yep. Mm.
Inventory.
Yeah, I see the I see the Costo Lance and I'm like, ooh, interesting.
Yeah, you've probably seen these before. You know that they're they're often used by biohackers that are acting as support on the front lines of combat situations.
I've been eyeing one of these for a while.
And what was that armor we found?
Freebooter, uh, MK1 freebooter armor.
Sound like we have time to change.
Well,
He's tearing up that last room.
yeah, he is. He stops. But he does kind of get quiet for a minute. Oliver, you know damn good and well that trolls can track by scent. They have a real keen sense of smell. You don't have a you've got you you probably don't have a ton of time. You might have a little bit more if you manage to like shut the door to the armory or something, but you don't have a ton of time. But I'm gonna say probably have enough time for those of you who can fit into armor.
Yeah, I'll shut the door and be like, you should probably change if you plan on it now. It's on its way.
Is there some kind of electronic lock that I might be able to lock on it?
Try to buy yourself a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Sure. Give me an engineering check here for that.
Gotta add a new weapon.
All right. Yeah, you managed to you managed to rig the lock. You know that the troll is strong enough; it'll eventually be able to pound its way through. But you've got time to get yourselves geared up for the moment, and introduce yourselves if you are of a mind. Uh, I guess nobody's interested in anybody else's name.
Sorry.
What's the skinny? Skinny.
It probably is.
We are
close.
Tiz. You will slay Troll. We will leave.
No, you're not joining us in this fight.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I am Shadow, and we are the crew of the Menagerie.
What is Menagerie?
That is the name of our ship. This is Oliver, Chess, and Al.
Friends call me Big Al. Enemies, you just call me Al.
Yeah.
Does everyone have a gun that shoots fire?
Everyone should now. Or acid.
Yeah.
That's too good.
Yeah, because there's no other way out of this room but that door. And you can hear the troll coming down the hallway. And you can probably give me a perception. Give me a perception, everybody, because I want to see how good your hearing is.
Well, once it's within 30 feet of me. Oops, I don't know.
Ah, not bad.
Yeah. Shus, Shadow,
I'm on it.
and Big Al, you guys can all of you guys can actually hear the troll sniffing you. Oliver, you can too. Tiz, you're the only one that's not hearing him sniff
Oops.
the air. Everybody else is.
That's supposed to be a lot higher.
Is there anything else in the armory? Not necessarily weapons or armor or anything like that, but maybe something that could be used to create some sort of block.
Some sort of blockade. Really, I mean, nothing that looks sturdy enough to hold the troll. For the most part.
This is an armory. Like it's just like a locker room full of weapons. Is that basically in equipment and stuff like that?
Sort of. I mean, it's obviously been ransacked and fucked over, which is why you're really only finding a little bit of useful stuff right at the moment off the top of your, at the
Mhm.
top of. I mean, it looks like whoever was here last, there's something happened. You could probably determine a little bit more if you had the time to inspect the area and try to investigate it. But
Any ventilations? Since we're in a closed space.
yeah, but they're small.
Okay.
They're
And a grenade?
huh? Any grenades?
Yeah.
No. Whoever survived and walked away from this probably made it a point to take grenades with the grenades that they have. So let's get initiatives from everybody, and I
Be-
will.
Before the troll does get through, I'd like to position my spider above the door, like on the wall or the ceiling.
Shadow wants to get as far from the door as possible.
Yeah, I'm pulled back as well.
Okay. So
Just keeping like a similar distance as everyone else at this point.
So let's see. Oliver's got 14. Shadow is 6. Tiz is 19. Let's see. Shess is 5. Oh my god. Like, Tiz is on top of shit. Oliver is kind of on top of shit, but the rest of y'all are like,
They're
fuck.
too busy changing.
I was gonna say, I'm probably still trying to get changed discreetly because I'm the only female in this party.
So,
Well, my character has no gender.
Well, I was like,
so-
keep in mind, you're the only female in amongst a anthropomorphic panther, an actual fucking bear, an AI, and a colony of bugs. Like, you're fine. Like, Shadow's
Yeah.
probably the highest risk at being like, ooh, naked girl. But even then, he's still a panther.
But I'm the normal looking one. Or animal.
I'm not an animal.
Well, it's you hear it slamming against the door, trying to rip at it, but it's not through just yet. Um, Anybody want to take any further actions before it tries again?
Actually, who is there anyone up front that's like in the front line of us?
I mean, I wouldn't be very useful up there, so no.
I think any of us are.
Absolutely not.
Oh boy.
Shess is your Solarian. She's the closest to front line here. She'd be your frontliner.
Yeah, ladies first.
I
Jeez.
I'll hit her with a spark of ingenuity, combining two
Oh, man.
basic boosters.
Okay.
Oh wait. Number rounds. Actually, I'll hold my action. I'll do it as a reaction. Like, I'll hold my action essentially, because it's a
Mhm.
number of rounds equal to my key ability score. So I'd rather wait until right when he bursts through.
Okay.
But I'll hit her with a +1 bonus to AC and a plus. Do you want movement speed or bonus to skill checks? Probably movement speed. Skill checks in combat won't be as effective.
That'd be
Thing of
great
move-
if you had an operative, but
Yeah. So I'll give you +1 AC
Wait,
and
I'm an operative.
plus
Yeah.
10 movement speed.
yeah, if he uses a biohack to boost you, he could give you a bonus to your
Oh,
skill check for your trick attacks.
I can
that's
also
right.
do that for you as well.
So, um, all right. Second try for the bear. Why is there? It's a 4. Why is
For a
it
bear, you mean for the troll?
or for the troll? Like, okay,
Okay, that's right. Okay.
this time it makes some headway. One more smash and it should be able to get through. If it's does well here. Oh yeah, this time like the first one, the second time it bashes at the door. The first time it doesn't do much, but the second time it bashes at the door, like it bends enough that you can see light going through. You can see the troll moving around. Like if you're standing to the side of the door, because it's been. But the third time he smashes at it, it just fucking knocks the door in. It breaks the top hinge, not the bottom hinge, but the top hinge, and it just swings wide open and crushes through. However, being that this is the breaking through the door is its action for the round, that means Oliver, go ahead, or actually Tiz,
Well, that
you're up
triggers my
first.
reaction.
Yeah, uh, uh, yeah, because you were holding, so your initiative effectively went to 15 because you held for a couple of rounds, so you'll be. But your reaction is go ahead and you shoot your boosters at Chess.
Yeah, for a
Right?
+1 AC and +10 movement.
Cool. Yeah, you like there's that moment where you've been waiting for this, and that you're the moment the troll breaks through the door, you eye down the scope of your new rifle and just shoot and hit chest like right between the shoulder blades, and you see like the syringe just pump the whatever color liquid this is. What color liquid is your biohack right at this point?
This one's a
Since you're using.
combination, so it's probably purple.
Okay, so there's this purple liquid like injects in, and Chess, you feel like you've got a little bit more energy, movement, and in your legs, and you feel a bit more fortified. So you're you feel you feel the fibers of or that you feel your skin sort of like um, you know sort of get a little bit thicker. Feels like almost, um, and tz, you get to go for it.
Quick clarification here.
Yes.
The drone operates on the same initiative as my character.
Yes, sir.
Can I pick which of the two goes first?
Yeah, it's fine.
Great. Well, in that case, since the troll is in the doorway, I'm going to have the drone shoot it with some injectables here.
Okay. So go ahead and give me that attack roll. Do-do-do-do. Ooh, that's not enough. Fire and a miss.
Hold up. So all of my rolls, I think I may have made a mistake on the rolls. Could you check my character sheet and check the die? Because I have not gotten above an attack of like even the max hit damage.
It's showing just rolling a 20, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Is it?
yeah, it's rolling a d20. It's just the automatic roller is not gonna is you're sometimes you're just gonna get some shit rolls, you know, because it's if you hover. If you take your pointer and you hover over a number for that has been rolled, it'll show you the breakdown of what it rolled. So it'll show you that like it rolled a d20 plus a 4 plus 0, and then it shows that you rolled a 2 plus 4. So,
Okay, I see it. Yep.
yeah, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good on that. And then for my character, I wanted to take a graviton pistol, which doesn't do damage, but it does other neat things. I just don't know where in my equipment to do it. So can I just make a ranged, just like a basic ranged?
Yeah, that's fine. That's not good enough.
All right.
But yeah, all right. Oliver's gone. Now it's its turn, and it goes right after.
Oh boy.
I'm guessing. Shess, you're like standing up front?
Yeah, I'm right.
wait, I thought it went then us two. So shouldn't it be Al,
Well,
Shess, and Shadow?
it's oh yeah, that's right, because the troll's action for this round was to break through the door. So yeah, it should be um, Owl first, and then Shadow, and then Chess. So Owl, what are you doing here?
Got you guys.
God. I guess I'm gonna try to use evasion. I'm gonna try to dodge out of the way, like a dodge roll.
There really isn't a dodge roll here.
Okay.
Evasion just means you take less damage if you roll a saving
Succeed on
throw.
it. I got you.
Yeah, it's
All right. So I guess I'll try to attack with the flame pistol. Let's see.
okay.
Do.
Are you going
Oh,
to
how does this
try a
work?
trick attack?
Yeah. If I am I in position for one, or can I move into position for one?
What skill are you using for your trick attack?
What skill? Let's see. So this is the first time I've actually been in combat, actually, guys. I just realized.
Oh, so you've got let me
I know that I'm a hacker, so I
let
think
me
that affects the kind of tricks I can use, if I remember correctly.
every
Right.
rogue can use stealth or bluff for a trick attack regardless of what their specialization is, but a ghost just gets a better chance at it. If you're a hacker, that would allow you to use your computer skill if it were appropriate, but this thing isn't wearing anything computerized or and there I mean, I suppose you could try to you could probably try to send a signal to the electronic door lock and try to create a distraction if you want to use your computer. Otherwise, you can still use stealth or bluff. I just need to know what it looks like.
I'm gonna use stealth to outmaneuver him. I'm gonna I'm gonna use my small size to try to go to stealth underneath him, out of his view,
Okay, so
and
what
then
you're
get
gonna
into
want to
position.
so what you're gonna want to do to apply trick attack here is you're going to underneath your basic attack roll deals. There's a little line that says apply trick attack to attacks. You're gonna hit that drop down, and you're gonna say yes, and then it'll give you the options of what you're going to use. You'll pick which one.
So
So
where it says trick attack, let's see. I see critical, yes, no,
well,
range, no.
scroll scroll up to the left side of like just underneath and to the left of where your skills are at. It'll have the situation there. It'll have a heading that says base attacks, melee range thrown, and at the bottom of it it'll say apply trick attacks. You'll change that to yes, hit the eyeball by the little drop down no yes, and then it'll tell you which, and then you'll get to pick which trick attack or which what you're using there. So
Okay. Huh. All right. What's stealth take 10 versus stealth?
that would be if you have skill focus and stealth, like if you took skill focus with a ghost, and it allowed you to take 10 even under stressful circumstances. And what that means is you'd be giving up a die roll and just assume that you rolled 10 and add your bonuses to it. So taking 10 on anything, I think the only thing that you could do that necessarily with is your computer skill, because that's part of your deal, in so much as that's part of your specialization.
All right. So I just I hit the die here and it should apply it.
Yeah, after you choose those things, it should come up with a little cutout that tells you what your trick attack roll, your skill check is, and the attack roll. So now that once you set that, go down and make your attack roll with your weapon.
I don't think any of these conditions apply, right? So just
No,
hit
I don't
none.
think. Yeah, I don't think you have any conditions at the moment. I think it's like
Uh,
actually, I think you could do flat-footed. Let me. I think that's a thing you can do because operative trick attacks are pretty fucking badass. Operatives get some crazy shit. Even Chris was looking at operatives and he was like, "Holy fucking shit, they get a bunch of crap. They're dangerous." It's like, yeah, operatives are pretty badass.
which is kind of why I thought it would be okay to kind of put some limitations on it, so that I mean, like if it's already pretty powerful, you could probably get away with that a little bit.
So
So let's see. All right. I'll just try to roll flat-footed. Is that good or?
yeah, that's fine.
All right. Try it.
Oh,
And then no any other modifiers.
oh, okay. No, you don't get that until 4th level. Sorry. So,
Okay,
but
let
it
me.
doesn't matter. It still counts for the extra damage, but you didn't hit its CR, so you just do
Okay.
your normal damage. So 7 points if you hit, and an attack roll 10 is not enough.
Right.
All right. Now it goes to Shadow, our Witch Warper.
Okay.
Warp that thing
Are
to the
there
shadow realm.
is there area of 4 squares altogether that touch the troll, but not the AI who just ran up and stood next?
No, he
Well,
shot
the
at him.
AI, he was shooting at him, but I think perhaps that you're still going to catch the Tiz's drone. But there are 4 spaces around him, but Tiz's drone is, well, and I guess, yeah, it hasn't gotten to chest just yet because all it did was break through the door this round.
Well,
How
then,
high is the ceiling in the armor?
I'm gonna say that it's, God, It would figure 5 feet per square, 10 feet. It's probably a good. It's probably a good 10 feet tall, which would make it 2 squares essentially.
Well, I'm going to call upon the infinite world and make a, what is it, 10 foot square area in between the troll and the rest of us into rough terrain. The floor glows and darkens and twists and bubbles, and somewhere in the distance you can hear someone saying, "Snakes. Why does it have to be snakes?" And then all of a sudden, underneath that creature's feet, it's a writhing mass of snakes just squirming around, getting squished underfoot, and getting all bloody and slippery.
Okay. All right. Nice. Um, takes us to Chess. Now there's a whole patch of like these snakes squirming around on the ground between you and the troll.
Good. It can stay that way. Okay. So activate armor thingy.
That automatically activates because you entered combat. It just flickers on. Are you going gravitic mode or are you going photonic mode?
Photonic.
You're gonna go photonic. Excellent. And what is your action?
I'm gonna shoot it.
I'm gonna shoot it. All right. Give me that attack roll.
Ooh.
That is fucking awesome and well needed. That's enough to hit, and it does. That's 18. That's pretty good damage right there. So, do-do-do, do-do-do. That's yeah. Um, yeah. You shoot it. Let's see, and I need to look at its defensive abilities. Okay, awesome. All right, so that's for now. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, you shoot it and you hit it in the shoulder pretty good. You see the bullet pass through its shoulder and lodge into the wall. Well, let's see. And that takes us to the top of the next round.
I said use fire.
Tiz, you've got the your initiative first. So
Right. So the drone is gonna skitter, still staying above it and within melee range. I'm gonna use opening volley and gain a +2 circumstance bonus to my melee attack,
all right,
and I'm gonna melee him.
all right. And I need to look here real quick at you. And sword. Specialization, critical, where's the
Wait.
is
Hey,
there damage, specialization? Proficient, okay, there you go. That's not good enough to hit.
All right, and the troll has not actually crossed this valley of snakes, has it?
Not yet, no.
All right, so I will use the gun again. Gravitron gun.
All right.
And hopefully I filled everything out correctly. Hit the button. Oh,
Ooh, nice.
well, the to hit worked, but the damage.
Oh boy.
Well, it doesn't do damage.
Oh, that's
so-
right.
it basically pushes
Knocks
him
down.
back or knocks him down. or what have you. I'd like to try and, with that shot, knock him down.
It moves the target the listed distance either towards you or away from you unless it succeeds at a reflex save DC 10 plus the weapon's item level plus your dex bonus. What is your dex bonus? And what is the level of the weapon?
The level of the weapon is 3, and I just realized knockdown is on a crit. Dex is 1.
Okay, so 1 and 1, that's 12. So it's got a reflex save versus DC of 12. It's got a. Okay. Slash 1d20 plus 7. Oh, it might help if I'm actually 1d20 plus 7. Yeah, that's a pass. Yeah, you managed to hit it, but you could feel that it's just like the gravity was just it's not affected by it. It's just sort of like in a rage mode that it's the like it doesn't seem to be doing much here. Um, all right. From there we did Oliver.
Oh, it's me. Cool. I suppose I should probably shoot him with the Costo Lance. If I can
All
hit
right.
it. I only have a +4. Like, I was like looking at all of our plus to hit, and it's like +4, +4. For some reason, AL has +0, and then there's Chess with +12. I'm like, God dang, such a huge difference between us.
Mm-hmm.
That's because you're a combat person and we're not. So let's see if I can hit. Or no one's taken damage yet, so no modifiers. Nope.
Let's see. Nope.
If it's under 10,
And
it's always assumed it's not hitting.
Yeah.
it's going to. Honestly, it doesn't.
Even if it's 10, because on 10 it didn't hit, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's a so it has to be
It
like 11 or below, right?
I just meant in
At least.
general. If you
it doesn't. It doesn't have to move, but it's to do this. It's going so it won't, because you're within reach. Because it's a large-sized creature. Um, Chess. Let's see. It's gonna claw at you. So, HR1d20 plus.
God, this thing can reach the whole room.
Oh, good God. That's not even funny. Whoa. That's not what I was trying to do.
Back to 2014. I don't like that. That's gonna be +14. 1d 2014. Oh god.
Ah,
That's 3 crit fails.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'll take a 1d2 +14. That's his attack roll.
There we go. I'm guessing 22 hits. Chess?
It's 17.
Okay.
That thing is guaranteed to hit me no matter what. I'm food for this thing.
Wait, you're food for this thing? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, with a +14, it'll always hit me no matter what.
Oh, dang.
Chess, you take 10 points of damage. And remember, it comes off your stamina first, so, you know, what does it look like as it comes off of your stamina?
Yeah, that hurt.
Is that like like sparks flying from your Solarian armor? Is that you sprain your ankle dodging backwards? What is the stamina like? Are you panting extra hard from trying to block the hit? What does this look like as you take this? Because stamina is not true health damage. It's damage to your luck and your defenses that sort of like keep you in the fight.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, as he goes into clawing me, she kind of takes it and kind of wears her down. It kind of makes a few sparks with that armor, but the armor's still good. But
Right.
kind of makes a couple scrapes and kind of makes her stumble just a bit as she kind of takes it and is like, ow.
And it got. Let's see. Cool. Let's back up to there. All right. But that's its attack for right now. That takes us to Big Al.
So, after Big Al, like kind of goes underneath and uses the flame pistol as he's going underneath, basically he's watching like the others take action, and then he just takes like a deep breath, and you see like some like, it kind of looks like smoke coming out of his mouth, but it's just visual, and he
Right.
closes his eyes, and he opens them again, and suddenly like the lights in his all over him start changing colors all over the place, and you hear battle mode activated. It's killing time. And the trick the trick attack is going to be using bluff for this
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
And yeah, he's going to like as he's saying that, then you hear, I am sick of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking troll. And then you hear, my, what has gotten over me? I am so barbaric. Just
Awesome.
like all these lights are just changing color as his personalities are just flipping through right now.
Oh boy.
Awesome. Go ahead and give me that. There you go.
Oh,
It's not enough to hit the trick attack damage. God. 18. Ooh, that hits its CAC. Nice. So you didn't get the trick attack damage, but you did do damage as you burn him, as you flame him a bit. Like he was starting to heal up from where Shess shot him, but like you create a burn patch on his. You create a like burn patch on like his. I don't know, probably on his back somewhere as you like have the thing confused as to what the hell is going on. Uh, all right, then that takes us to Shadow.
All right. Shadow is going to remind everybody, don't forget, use your fire. And he's going to try and azimuth laser pistol this thing.
Okay, not gonna use the flame pistol.
Oh no, they're both fire, have the same damage, and the azimuth laser pistol lets you fire from further away,
Okay,
which is Shadow's thing.
all right,
Nope.
not enough.
Oh
Uh,
man.
Chess. I'm gonna try to get some redemption here.
This is our only one.
I got a hit, yeah, but not bad. It's not
Actually,
good
no,
one.
that was good. It was fire, which is really good.
Fire bad.
No, fire good.
Okay, so I'm gonna just drop the automatic pistol and pull out the flame one and burner.
Okay, all right. And give me your attack roll then.
Nice.
That's good. All right, awesome.
Solid.
Excellent. Yeah, you pull out your like we see you drop the tactical pistol, pull out the flame pistol, and just like hit it full in the chest with it. All right, and that takes us to back to the top of the round, and Tiz.
This troll still has not made any headway into getting into the room, correct?
Well, it's in the room. It didn't have to go very far into the room because it's got a reach of 10 foot. So it basically didn't have to step over the difficult terrain to get it. Actually, how much was it? Just 10 feet or was it 20 feet?
And
10. Yeah, it doesn't even have to move past the difficult terrain at this
Well,
point.
if it's 10
It's got that
feet, that'd
reach.
be a 5 foot and a 5 foot in front of it, and then he'd be that third 5 foot away. Does that still
Well,
within 10 feet?
if he's standing on the edge of the
Yeah, that's what
terrain,
I thought.
he would still be. Yeah, I was gonna say if he's standing.
Back the fuck up, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I don't think he's gonna give a shit that the terrain is difficult, but but at this point, he doesn't even need
Yeah.
to hit chess at the moment. Um, the but what are you, Tiz? What are you going to do here? What is your
Uh,
modus
the
operandi?
Let's get the drone out of the way first here.
The spider is still having issues trying to hit it. Just swish, swish, swish. uh,
All right, and what I would like to do is, I'm assuming that there's still a flame pistol there, and I'd like to grab it, and
okay, all right, sure.
I'm gonna make a roll just with the pistol I normally have, but I'll roll damage. So haven't gotten it added yet.
Okay.
Just to double check, serums of healing, they only heal health, not stamina, right?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure
Um,
before I tried to use one on chess, and it was like, it does nothing.
let's see. And the flame pistol's damage is. Let me get to it real quick here.
Does an attack of 9 hit?
No, an attack
Yeah.
of 9 does not hit. But I'm just to let you know what the damage is. So
D4.
Oh, is it? Okay, good. All right. You already know then. Excellent. Uh, Tis your that misses. Oliver, what are you gonna do here? You gonna boost somebody? You gonna inhibit the troll? Are you gonna just take a standard straight shot at it? How you we up to here?
Oh man, that's a good question. That's the real solid question. I think I'll go for. Maybe I'll try an inhibitor shot. I just roll my basic attack. Uh, but I don't think I don't. That's something I've been wondering. Does my inhibitors do they do the damage of the shot and inject?
With most cases, I believe so. I'm
Okay,
not sure
because it
with
doesn't
the
say no or yes.
Castellans. Let's see.
Well, it is an ejection, so
Cost
that's why.
much of the pistol-like weapon by a biological disintegrator. It cost ejects more traditional to transforms, and it create an injectable field that transforms ordinary matter into an acidic compound, disintegrating their targets. Syringes can be loaded into these weapons, allowing other materials to be injected instead of an acidic discharge, in which case only the injection effect
Yeah,
occurs.
that's why.
No
Okay,
acid damage is dealt.
which is probably the same for every injector. So yeah, no damage, just an
So,
attack roll.
well, I think basically it just means that it doesn't count as acid damage. That it still does damage, it just
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
count as acid damage.
Now the second question: if I use explosive darts to inject,
That I don't think works.
damn. Okay. Well, I'll try an inhibitor. See if I can land a hit.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh, that hits. Excellent. And it's got and the critical hit effect gives the DC a +2. what? And you're using.
I don't think there's a DC.
Well,
Um,
what is the?
-2 to AC.
Okay, so that's all right. I mean, uh, it counts as a poison effect, but yeah, you create the. But that doesn't. He doesn't have any particular immunities or defenses against poison. And okay, so yeah, it takes a -2 to AC.
Oh, this attack deals no damage. Okay. Oh wait, that's a wait what? Oh, oh, that's if I stab someone with a syringe. Okay.
Yeah, that's if you like take a syringe out of your custom micro lab and you're like, aha,
And
yeah,
just shove it into them.
yeah. That's if you try to do a heroin stealth kill.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it does say it's injection is part of the attack, so I still make the attack. Cool.
Yeah, so you get so it now has a -2 to AC, and it takes the 8 points of damage. So it's but that brings it to its uh that brings it to its turn, and it's 30. So that's yeah. You hit it and do a certain amount of damage to it. You obviously it kind of you know damn good and well that that has softened its skin a little bit, its tough hide a little bit. But you also see some of the damage that you guys just occurred starting to heal back up. The
I'm-
stuff that's not fire damage anyway.
Oh, I can't wait to
Um,
study this one.
yeah. um,
Don't worry, guys. I'm helping.
but but that means
Wait.
its attack again.
If it took fire damage from the fire pistol from AL, does that still regenerate?
It regenerates the non-flame
Oh,
damage.
damn.
So it's
Okay.
taken 11 points of fire damage at this
Yeah,
point.
I have 5e in my head, which is
So
yeah.
so it's going to try to attack Chess again. So that's a hit. 1d4 plus 9. It's still swinging at you with its claws. 12. So yeah, it comes down with an overhead swing at you, chest. Are you still in stamina, or have you gotten into hit points?
No, stamina is completely gone now, so she's kind of whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
That hurt.
All right. Yeah. It just when you see like you kind of that anime thing where somebody gets hit real hard and they kind of do the slide backwards, but not like a real slide backwards because you didn't actually move and he didn't actually do a bull rush. But narratively speaking, it kind of looks cool like the anime thing. Um, but that's its attack for the round. It goes to Al, and its armor class is lower now, so you guys will have a easier time hitting.
All right. So after Shadow says use fire attacks and all that stuff, Al looks at him, and then you hear, "Okay, Shadow wants fire. Let's see fire."
Nice. Give me that attack roll.
Oh, nice.
Hey, and you hit it for the deal for the trick attack too. So that's
We have fire on the survey.
11. Nice. So that's 6, and that's another. Whoa, hold on. That's 8, not 11. What am I thinking here? 2, 8. That's 29. That means 6 more on fire. Okay. All right. Yeah, you blast it again with fire, just shooting fire out of this pistol. as you completely, as it seems to be distracted, going back and forth, like, huh? What? It's trying to figure out how to try to hit you. All right. So, from there it goes to Shadow. Shadow, what you got for us?
Shadow's going to try another shot. He'll also say, "Also, if someone can knock it down, it'll be a lot easier for everyone."
And we got. Oh, there you go. Nice.
Ooh, look at these criticals coming out. I love it.
Nice. So it's going to take 6, and then it's got the burning condition. So, mm, mm, by the way, what is your wisdom bonus, Oliver? So I need to
Um,
track how long the.
it's off of my intelligence. So four
So
rounds.
4. Okay. So we're in round 3 on the. Or we're in the. So that's where we're at here.
Oh, on Chess's boosts.
Yeah, on Shetz's booth.
Which
Yeah.
one
Oh,
AC
and
hasn't made much of a
at that
difference.
point, the snakes go away.
All right. Let's see.
All right.
And Shadow, you did very good there. So that's 6 more fire damage. That's good.
Oh, the inhibitor lasts for 3 plus my. Okay, so yeah, the inhibitor's gonna last for 7 rounds.
So okay. All right.
Hopefully, long enough to kill this thing.
Let's see. That was L Shadow Chess. We got Chess.
Shoot him with a fire thing again.
Wait a minute. Aren't you? This should be round 3. Aren't you fully charged now?
Oh yeah, you're fully attuned.
5. Let me look again.
All right, cat.
Actually, technically, you probably should have been fully attuned some time ago, considering the combat actually kind of started before it broke through the door.
Oh, I think you have to be attacking. I can't quite remember.
Either way, it's 3 rounds into the fight.
Yeah. Lay down, cat. Come on.
Like 3 rounds since he actually broke through the door and you started fighting him.
Yep. I miss my Skittermander.
So if I'm fully atoned, then y'all are gonna get hurt too, because it's 10 feet out from me.
You can't.
So I might need to take a 5-foot step forward and then let it go, and then fire.
Okay. Well,
Give him
the
a
difficult terrain's gone now, so. So, what do I? It's a reflex save, right? You're gonna use your
Reflex for half.
reflex for half. Okay. And what's the DC on it?
Okay, so DC is 10 plus half my level.
Mm-hmm.
Half level 3 is
1. So
1
So that's 11.
plus charisma mod. Oh, shoot.
What's your charisma mod?
2.
Okay.
13.
So that makes it a DC of 13. All right. Go ahead and roll your damage. Ooh, he failed.
Ooh.
13, nice.
And that's fire damage, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Ooh.
All right, so
And that goes from Chess at the last of the round to back to the top of the round. Tis. Oh,
I'm making a reflex save because remember my
yep.
spider is hanging
So
on the.
Oh yeah.
your spider takes half of 13, takes 6 points of damage.
I will take 5. I have damage reduction 1.
Nice.
Yep. There you go. So, yeah. Not bad, not bad. You got the reductive plating, right?
Correct.
That's right. All right. What are Tiz and Spider's action for the round? Because we're back to the top of the round.
Spider's gonna skitter backwards along the wall and drop or climb down and get behind the troll. And I would like to make a attack with. I'd like to try to make a trip.
And try to what?
I'd like to try to make a trip attack.
A trip or trick?
Trip. TRIP.
Okay, that's what I thought you were saying. I was like, I wanted to make sure. So that's gonna mean in this case he is. Okay. So go ahead and give me Spider's attack roll then. That is not good enough.
Dang it.
Tiz.
All right. Where the heck did my equipment go? At this point, I'm buzzing angrily.
Buzz, 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 buzz. Yeah, you all notice that your new friend Tiz seems to be agitated.
I'm quite aware of his capabilities.
And I get more agitated.
Okay. Then it goes to Oliver.
Let's go for your classic little pew pew acid burn.
Okay.
What? Nope.
Straight up attack roll in. Well, you did hinder its ability to defend itself, so.
Oh, is that enough?
Oh, nope. I didn't see the attack roll.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's got the -2 AC, so did the hook sword actually hit?
No.
The combat maneuver is a lot higher, I believe.
Yeah.
Armor class.
Combat maneuver is like your KAC plus 8.
Oh yeah. So even if it had a 16 KAC, it would it would have a 24 combat maneuver AC.
So, from Oliver, it goes to the troll, and the troll is going to continue swinging at Chess. It's angry. Roar! I'd say that hit.
I thought that was damage at first. I was like, Chess is obliterated.
And 10 points of damage. As it comes across like it at this point it's just kind of swinging a little wildly, but this connects pretty good and catches you right in the chest.
Now she's bleeding out her chest, dude. She's like, fuck.
Yeah. Taking the damage. But on the positive note, that does bring it back to Big Al.
Don't forget the burning.
Oh yes, I do need to roll the burn damage because he is taking the critical hit burn damage. And he's not smart enough to put that out on his own. At least not right now.
Nice.
All right.
Solid burn. feel the burn.
The Oliver burn.
Well, in this case, it's the AL burn.
The ale burn.
So you hear, and the eyes change, and his demeanor becomes a little bit more innocent, and it looks like a kid playing with his toy.
Okay.
He's kind of chuckling as he pulls the trigger.
Dang.
Not good enough.
I was hoping for a nat 20.
Shadow. Yep, fire.
Anyway, yeah.
Another shot.
Oh, that's right. He has. I was like, where is it? How is he doing that kid's voice so well? And I forgot.
Yeah. That's the mini JJ.
Yeah.
11, not good enough. It goes to Chess.
So I got to reatone in photonic again,
Okay. Going photonic.
and then burning.
All right. Give me the attack roll.
Yes.
That's pretty good right there. All right. All right. So we're back to the top of the round. What do you want to do here?
All right. She's
God.
Nope. God, you are having bad luck.
those
Bad luck.
dice hate me tonight.
Try
What
the
is
robot.
going on?
Try the robot.
I've had those nights too. Yeah, your drone.
That's right. James usually gets the short end of the stick, so.
My drone is gonna skitter back through the doorway, keeping the troll in his sights, and we are gonna try to inject her pistol.
Okay. That is. That is just short. It I think it hits, but it ricochets off of its skin. You were one shy of what you needed there. One shy.
That means this thing normally has a 19 AC. Oh my gosh.
Must tune equipment.
Oliver.
I aim my gun at Chess and fire and restore 8 hit points to Chess.
Just hit you with a serum of healing.
Yup.
Yeah, Chess, like you feel the like pinprick, the tiny pinprick that just like right in your butt, and your chest starts to heal up a little bit.
Yeah, so I crafted several serums of healing using the UPBs we got a while back, and
Yep, he did.
gonna make sure I collect as many of these as I can.
Yep.
So is it like the chest wounds? They kind of stop flowing and they kind of clot up a little bit. Is that needle and
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a quasi-magical effect. So it works like a normal potion of healing would. Like your wounds sort of start closing up a little bit. Like you took 10 points on that last deal, you got 8 back. So basically, most of that wound is sort of healed up. You still got some deep gashes, but but they're not like the rips in your chest that they were. Let's see. But that does bring it to its turn. And it's going to. First of all, before I forget, I'm going to do its region, and I'm going to do its
Let's burn. Hopefully
fire.
counteract that regen.
And it's.
Yes.
Yeah, not bad. But I'm also going to. He's also going to try to attack. It confused at how Shess is healing up. Like,
Has he actually taken non-fire damage at all?
yeah, the first round.
Yeah, okay. It's like, man.
The first round he took damage from Shess's pistol.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let's see. I'd say that's enough to hit.
Thank God it's not Pathfinder 2.
2 points of whoa, that's
Oh, only
plus
2.
9.
Shess, you're cool.
No, it's plus, plus 9, so that's 11. I forgot to add the damage bonus. And it rips you back up again. So 11 points. So timely heal, but it now brings it to Big Al.
Look, Simba. Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
We should call this Ballad of the Pop Culture References. I'm telling you. That's enough hit. Ooh.
You're like,
nice.
you have a +3, but you've like consistently rolled like above a 15 every time.
But that is actually enough to put it to the ground, and you really don't have to do much here. It's still burning from the laser pistol crit. You can just sit here and let it burn the rest of the way to death, or you can set it on fire even more and keep the process going and speed up the process. But either way, the troll is down. Down.
Excellent.
Ow.
Here, I shoot it again just for good measure because I hurt.
Range of pow.
As he's shooting it, just
The spider skitters up and starts hacking at it.
pew, pew. I shoot him twice more in the back, or shoot
It
her.
misses.
I shoot her twice more in the back while she's shooting it.
Yeah, and just it gives you back 11 hit points.
That's 2 more.
All of the wounds that it just created, it heal back up. You guys are lucky that trolls aren't particularly intelligent.
Yeah.
Actually, they're pretty fucking stupid. But you're lucky about that.
Oh yeah.
And this gives you guys. So you're now standing in a room that is with a door busted open. Probably, breathing a little heavy and coming down from the sort of adrenaline of fight. And you have this Spathane named Tiz with his robot spider drone thing.
My new armor is all scratched up.
For Oliver's part, he's already like plopped back down on all fours and just stomped up to this burning troll, and he's like cutting out DNA samples, putting with little jars. Like, there we go, perfect. Can't let it all get burned up, can I?
Let's see.
Don't let that grow into another one.
Oh, it's already been singed. It should be fine.
Oh, while they're doing that, the Spothany is going over to his drone and is working on it with his rig to try and restore some hit points.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find my other pistol and pick it back up and then go sit down. Cause, ow.
Let's see.
Shadow goes over to Sis. You did very good. It was a valiant effort.
Oh, wait, sorry, I was trying to check, edit something. What was that towards me?
No, that was for Sis.
Okay, I want to make sure.
Oh, my bad. I'm looking through the book. We made an attempt.
You tried very hard, both of you.
Let's see if you.
Well, that was quite the ordeal. Alistair's eyes are now red.
Trying to see if there's anything that troll blood, troll parts can be used for officially in Starfinder, but I don't think there is. But it's still fun to have something to study.
Right. You each get 535 experience points for the fight with the
Oh,
troll.
530.
Just so, since I'm looking at it right there, you guys kind of have a couple of minutes to kind of like, um, you know, interact here. The rest, Oliver, you and your and Shadow, you guys and Chess and AL, you guys know that you get paid for this job. You're gonna have to bring the you're gonna have to bring the corpse or proof that the corpse is a corpse back out. But yeah, um, you were gonna get paid. I think it was 10,000 credits for this. Was it 10,000 or 20,000? We'll go
I
ahead
think
and
it
say,
was 10,000.
huh?
I think it was 10.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that like they'll we'll deal with that when you guys go back out to talk to poetry and prose.
Okay.
But right now you're kind of down here. It's like, yeah. Um,
Oliver finally stands up and turned around. Oliver Byrne, it's a pleasure to officially meet all of you. Looking at Sid.
Well,
Like, it's hard to say that name.
it's a party, all right.
And all of you, too, looking at AL.
right.
Because, yeah, passive mental thing. Like, your mind is quite a jumble.
You could say that again. So,
Suze, you did hear them say they have a ship.
Yes. You will take us, yes?
I assume
Take
you're.
you where?
Out, away.
I assume you all are some sort of engineer by your drone over there. Is that correct?
Yes.
I look to the others. I do believe an engineer could be quite handy.
yeah, I mean, Allie could probably handle some engineering, but I mean, she's not always reliable.
And that frees you up for more medical concerns, Oliver.
Yes. Like bolting down more of the facilities before we take off.
Awesome. So you're gonna
So, shall we return this troll back to our benefactors and collect our reward before we leave?
Yes, that would be best. Let's drag the corpse out of here.
I just flop down to all fours like, oh, just someone else drag it. I'm a little tired.
I love how physically the largest of you is like, somebody else dragged this shit around.
No,
Go grab the leg. Shes, come on.
he looks back. Of course, I'm kidding. Throw it on my back. I'll do what I can. Probably.
Shadow throws it up there.
I'm not sure I'm gonna be much help.
Yeah, Oliver will drag it on his back as much as he can once it's, stopped burning. Don't want to burn my precious fur.
We
Yeah.
could break it up.
That would take time. And I've already collected the parts I need.
Well, it doesn't take long to get you guys back. Well, it does take you a little bit to get it back to the surface. Um, I'm assuming you try to be careful not to drag it through its own poop.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I have it thrown on my back.
Yeah, it's yeah, you get it back outside, and poetry and prose are out there. And the description for Bologna here for Tiz, because Tiz has seen them, but this is the first time Bologna is actually narratively seeing them. Poetry and prose are two humans. They're twins, and they're dressed very nice. They're dressed in business suits, but they have hard hats on too. You know, like a businessman at
Yeah.
the side of the building that they're paying to have built or something. Um, People who really don't belong on a construction site, but they're there because they have money invested. Your foreman has been nothing but a dick. uh, your foreman is a that you've been working for. Is he's a Lashunta, and Lashuntas above pretty much anyone else sort of have tend to have an issue with insects. There's just something about like their racial history with the people that live on the planet with them, one of the other insectoid races. They're just not always comfortable, even though the wars are long gone and over. There's still arranging a bit of and he's kind of taken that out on you. Like he's never trusted your work. He's never always double checking you and what have you.
And now he's
But
dead.
but you see him. Well, but he's not dead. You actually
Damn.
see him lounging with the rest of the engineers who were told to pretty much take the afternoon until these guys cleared it out. Poetry and prose, they're both dark-haired young men, and from what you've seen of them, and we'll kind of get to this. I think poetry starts it off and is like, ah, you have, and then prose kicks in, completed the task that we assigned you. I believe this is worth a bit of a bit more than the original bargain. And this is a thing you're kind of seeing. They're finishing each other's sentences. They're more than finishing their own sentences. They're kind of like cutting in the middle of each other's sentences. It's almost like one person talking with two voices, to some extent, and through two different bodies. But uh, as I don't know that you necessarily know if that's like what that's all about. I think Oliver Byrne or Shadow figured out last time that this is just something they do. It's not a telepathic thing or anything. They just have been doing this for a long time.
So, in other words, they're the creepy kind of twins. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and they're like, I believe we'll throw in an extra 5,000 credits. Does that sound fair? It sounds fair to me. And
I reach out and try to grab both of them, and I'm like, "You idiots! You could have gotten us killed if you didn't tell us that you needed to tell us
I pull him
that
back.
fire would have damaged the troll."
I
I
pull him
don't know
back.
anything about trolls. All we knew was that there was one. You're the problem solvers.
Apologies for
We
my
solved it. Calm down, Al. Everything turned out all right.
apologies for my multifaceted friend here. 5,000 extra would be just fine. Oh, by the way, we're taking them with us. And I just point to Sid.
They just kind of look at you, and maybe the foreman from over where he's sitting is like maybe the foreman from over where he's sitting is like kind of overhearing this, like, yeah, good riddance. Like fucking, it's like too damn noisy anyway.
I look over to him. I'm like, of course, his expertise would be much more useful with us than in your lowly station. I turn back to
He just scowls at you. Poetry and prose. I think it's prose that holds up his hand towards the foreman, like, kind of the gesture of "fucking leave it," kind of thing.
Oh,
They're like, so 15,000 total credits. We have he's at 15,000 total, and um, you have our number. We have yours. We'll call you if we need further problems solved. And they're kind of they transfer you the credits, and they're like they transfer you the credits. They're like, if you'll excuse us, we have business to take care of. And they kind of walk over towards the foreman, already like gesticulating at him. You get the impression that they're just gonna send this guy back to work, send these people right back to work. Um,
So these were like what my boss prior to this.
Well, poetry. You worked for the foreman. You worked for the company that the foreman worked for, but the company had been hired by Poetry and Prose. They're kind of like the clients that your company was doing this job for. Um, in other words, you quitting your job with this engineering company to them was kind of like, yeah, okay, sure, quit your job. I don't care, but to your foreman, it was like, yeah, fuck you. To whoever his boss is, it's probably going to be like, we lost another one. Did he join the Raiders? What happened? It'd probably be a fucking conversation about it. Like, no notice, really? I'm not going to give him a good reference. Yeah,
We'll give him
Well,
all
I
the
will.
reference.
As I leave, I will wave to the twins. Wave goodbye.
yeah. They wave back. They don't they kind of like have this it's that sort of polite wave of somebody who's used to being like waved at and waving back even when they don't necessarily know who it is. So there was that kind of, okay. And as far as they're concerned, you are a lot more directly employable by them at this point working with the crew of the Menagerie than you were with the engineering company that you were working for. It's like, oh, you're working for the people that solve problems for us. Okay, I mean that's fine. um, so yeah, they're kind of like, oh, okay, well, that's a thing. So you guys load up and drive back to town.
Yeah, I'll. Um,
Well, the
I don't. Yeah, do we have anything to load up, or we just head back?
well, I mean, you have your vehicle, right? You have your
Oh right.
exploration buggy and your don't you have a hover cycle too that you guys brought,
Yeah,
or a goblin junk cycle or something?
I believe so.
There's
Yeah.
one thing that's been bothering me. Tiz, uh, what were you guys doing down there?
I actually don't know. What
You were
Sean?
you were sort of like it was sort of a remodel job, right? Because Poetry and Prose were trying to turn that thing into a gladiator school, and it had been previously used as like a raider outpost, and before that a scientific outpost. So it's been used for a number of different things. They were basically having you guys do a remodel job, turning it into a different kind of business.
We were doing renovations.
Right, but where did your team go? Did they not make it?
Dead.
Yeah.
so, so wait, who's on the motorcycle? And who's crammed in the back with my furry butt?
That's a good question.
Drive me.
You know it's always gonna be me, Oliver.
I'll do it.
Yeah, the insects can just move their entire body to fit.
I probably make a very comfortable and spongy seat.
Same here.
Very
Although
itchy
when we-
All in
infestation.
general, that's all.
When we're pressed together, it probably just feels like I have a lot of fleas or something.
You might come. We might be swapping insects at that point.
You get some by fleas.
Oh my
It's
God.
terrible. Yeah, it doesn't take you long to get back to it. I mean, it takes you, not terribly long to get back into town and back to your ship, the Menagerie. Uh, you don't have any particular jobs lined up at the moment. Um, you might have personal things you're wanting to take care of, or you might be looking for more work. But you have 15,000 credits to split amongst yourselves, and you're in a place where you can do some shopping. Um,
Here, I'm gonna go lay down for a while. Holy,
Yeah.
right?
And yeah, I figured we could probably split it up 2,000 each, including tzz. And then, like I said, 5,000 just added to a ship pool for like upgrading the ship and stuff like that, because we'll need money for that.
So, and you can keep notes on everything like that in your like cargo hold on your ship on the Menagerie. So you guys have what if you guys have like a ship pool for credits and UPBs, you could put them on there.
Yeah, we'll put
Anything
that in
that
there
you've
right
got,
now. Shit.
like vehicles or like excess gear that nobody's specifically carrying. Um, when you get to the ship, the Menagerie, you can tell very quickly like what the original frame was. The original frame was like a Cavalry Venture, but once you get inside and look around, it looks like there are parts from several different classifications of ships that have been put in this thing as far as the like systems go and the engine goes, like a power core from a different kind of freighter altogether, like um, the drift regulators from from a shuttle, um, that were originally like the best classification you could have gotten for a different kind of shuttle. It's kind of that thing where this thing has been built. The engine has been rebuilt. Parts of the frame have been too, but most of the frame is original with all that entails. But the engine parts are kind of like cobbled. And you can immediately tell like where they're places that it's going to be quirky and work weird. You also do notice that they have a tech lab, where you that built into one of their expansion bays. So you're like, ooh, I can build things here. This is a place where I can do work. Um, does anybody give Tiz the official tour of the ship?
I walk past him as he's looking through it, and I'm like, "Welcome home, Tiz." And I go into my room.
Yeah, I'll probably show him around. Fellow psychics like ourselves. I'm just like, yeah. So I'll like take you around and I'm pointing out that stuff. And yeah, I show you the tech lab. It's like, and here is where you may work if you so choose. I notice your drone is quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Sophisticated. This may be an area of your expertise. I do recommend you bolt things down once you've arranged them to your satisfaction. Because our pilot is, I look around both ways down the hall. Not the best.
We are excited and pleased.
And down the hall, you can find probably another empty room if you need one. I don't know how you sleep. And then beyond that is the science lab, and up ahead is going to be the what's cockpit, I guess. I don't know what. The bridge. Thank you. And beyond that is the bridge. And I show him to the cargo hold, probably on the other side of the ship, near the back. I don't know if we have a ship layout yet. I know you guys. I don't know if you guys were looking through all that or not.
I'm actually looking through it right now.
Well, I mean, narratively it kind of looks like we want it to for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, like the feel of the inside of this place, I feel like it's kind of cobbled together because of the way you guys found it and had to have it renovated or had to have it, put back together and whatnot. But over the course of time, you guys probably, you know, decide how it feels, like the decoration and the way it feels inside. Like, does it feel like being in, like it might feel like, does it have the sort of down home feel of a ship like the Serenity, or does it have that sort of industrial feel of the Raza? I mean, it I don't I mean, I don't necessarily feel like right now it has the feel of the inside of a ship like a Starfleet ship, but maybe eventually, who knows? You guys get to where make it your improvements on it or whatever. There are good crew quarters, so everybody gets their own room. You don't have to share a room. You guys have, and there is a cargo bay because you have one cargo bay. You guys probably list that. Actually, you probably have more than that. It's an Explorer class? Yeah, you have 2 free cargo bays right now, 2 expansion bays. I'm just going to list those in here real quick.
I love whoever added this into the role of engineer and included in abbreviations like I have done. All 10,000 of him. Thank you for going with my
That was me.
So wait, is the joke gonna be like if he doesn't roll well, Like he's not all there. Is that what you're joking to me?
Well, you see, 10,000 of me are over there in the in the gunner's seat because Eyal had run off to do his own thing.
Sorry, sorry, that rolls, Bob.
That one little mosquito.
That was. Uh, anyway, we are at 10:23, and this is probably a good place to wrap up for the night. You guys, I've probably explained this before to a bologna jelly, but for the benefit of just in case, and since we have newly renamed kind of go the show. Uh, One of the things I do in a lot of my games is there are some games that already have a mechanic for it, so I don't need to. But in a lot of my games, like the Starfinder games, everybody gets to put a player's choice vote. Send me a through private message or through whatever to say hey, this is the person, the character I'm voting for, and you're basically voting for whoever made the game the most fun for you, whoever had like the best role playing scene or the funniest joke that was in character, or just that great plan, that great moment with a great plan, or whatever. And I will award extra experience points. And we'll do that. And while we are doing that, you guys are mailing that to me, and I'm figuring all of that out. You guys can start sign offs. And let's start with Daniel or
Woo.
Oliver. Why don't you kick us off, and that way Bologna Jelly can see how we do this thing, and when it comes time for his sign off.
All right. Hello, I'm Oliver Byrne, and you've seen me here shooting my allies with serum kits. Yeah, what up? I'm Sass McNasty, 69. Yeah, I played Oliver Byrne, the uplifted bear, who is a bear and just a bear. We want to get to troll, and holy crap, we made it out of it. That was kind of terrifying when it was just like slashing chests for like 15 damage. But beyond that, on Tuesday you can catch me playing in the Old Republic as Nulla Barik, the Keldorian Grey Jedi, who will take your guns by using the Force because he is the government. On Wednesday you can catch me Hinch to Minch as Ken Butler, aka Crash, the super speed, super strength, super tough guy who can only go in straight lines. But despite all that, he finally has a girlfriend. What? Or so I'll say until something else happens. But it's fun. It's great. She's a robot. On Thursdays, you can catch me for the finale here in probably not next Thursday, probably the week after. It's coming to a close, though. Legacy of Stramdex is Johan Far Traveler, the Romani-esque rogue who travels for the love of stories, is deathly afraid of bread, and we walked away from an explosion like a cool guy. Saturday, you can catch me for Justice Grab Bag if we do Legion Championship Wrestling as Bear the Boulder Breaker, or if we do Faulty Comics Presents as Kingfisher, or whatever else comes along. If I'm available, I'll be there. It's fun. It's great. And then every other Saturday for Spark of Fate, hopefully 2 Saturdays from now, will be the finale, and we'll be ending that crazy mess of me slowly pissing off all my players and killing them one by one into a massive TPK. Who knows? We'll see. And then earlier Sundays, you can catch me in Cosmos, where I'm playing Aki Frostwalker and Samir Amari, the barbarian, Dragon Instinct barbarian / cleric combo that are being separated after first coming into the group. So that'll be fun. They don't like being separated. They're like brothers, man, brothers. And Samir is Aki's translator, so that's gonna go well. And yeah, that's everything. Pass it on to the next.
All right. Melina, I still need your vote on player's choice, and we'll go over to let's go over to JJ. How about that?
Hey, this is Allie. I wasn't in this episode, but my friend Oliver was. That being said, my name is JJW, and you just caught me playing AL. also known as Big Al, also known as Alistair. And later on, I'll probably be singing Twitch Sings if you guys want to catch me on Rogue Grey Fox at twitch.tv/Rogue Fox. Yeah, I'll be hanging out. If anyone wants to chill, you're welcome to join. And then I'm also, you can find me on Twitter. My little boy's right here. We're hanging out. But it's been lovely playing with you guys, and hopefully I'll be available for the finale of Spark of Fate, where I play Feanor, who is an elf that has a big decision to make, involving whether or not he's going to still be a pawn of a god of some sort. We'll see what happens. It sounds like it's going to be the last session, so that should be exciting. I'll pass it on.
All right. Let's go with Shess as Psychopathic. Why don't you go next?
Psych, Scott, I don't care. Call me whatever you want. Hey, I got to play Chef tonight, so I'm the big fire boom boom that got hurt a lot. Ow. But that was fun. What is today? Today's Sunday. Okay, so tomorrow night, I'm in Fire Strike. Not actually on the ship yet. I'm still on some weird planet trying to figure things out, and I'm stuck in an alley with a bunch of cops. Yay.
Oh no,
Then,
you've been bagged and put on a transport, a flying transport of some sort.
oh, that's right. I forgot about that detail.
So that'll
Okay,
be-
so I'm being swifted away.
Well, we'll start with you guys tomorrow night. So anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's all right. And then on Tuesday, I'm in the Star Wars game. I can't remember. Old Republic, I think.
Mhm.
I'm in Maw Steel, which he uses the Force to make everybody feel better and heals people of all the people that run out and decide to be frontliners. That's it. Okay, and then on Wednesday in Hinge to Minch, I play Knight, who is the group grocery shopper and who collects alcohol and other illicit drugs just for the fun of it, apparently. And then on the finale on Thursday in Legacy of Strandex, I'm still playing Scythe, who's a psionic dude, which I flew up in the air and tried to do things to people, and that was fun. And then is that Thursday? And then we go back to Saturday in either of the Justice grab bags. We got Flesh and Fire, the Apocalypse World, where I play Jake, who's a mechanic that is trying to figure out what the heck he's going to do in the big war. The big war, we'll see. In Legion class wrestling, I'm going to be play Adam Mason, who will be the manager of Bear the Boulder Breaker, and we're going to make Bear good so we can get some titles for him. And then, yeah, that's everything.
All right. Cool. Then with that, let's go to Shadow.
I'm the Computer King, the supervillain of streaming, and you just caught me playing Shadow, the Patra who seems to be the de facto ruler of this group, or at least people listen to him when he says, set it on fire. Also on Sundays, I'm in Tales from the Cosmos as Eliadris Night Eye, the elven monk, who thinks he's probably in over his head, but he's willing to see if he can swim and keep his head above water. And also as Corin Deadblade, the wizard who walks like a fighter. So, on Wednesdays, I run from hench to mensch, putting a few henchmen on the paces towards the ladder up the rungs of supervillainy. And they just recently got to see what happens when a supervillain uses the rules against a superhero, and they were probably pretty impressed, especially when the one that is Crash's girlfriend, as far as he knows, um, got a chance to throw him about 10 feet, throw a superhero about 10 feet.
Oh, I like her.
And when I can, on other days, I stream on my own channel, The Computer King, usually playing Magic the Gathering Arena. Now, back to you, Jesta.
Well, we have one more before we get to me. Some of you may have noticed we have a new voice on the show, and we'll let Bologna Jelly do his sign off now. Seen how it's done? Let her rip.
Well, I am Tiz, the socially awkward Spathane, otherwise known as Bologna Jelly, otherwise known as Justin. This is my one and only public facing game, so to keep it short and sweet, you can catch me every Sunday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. All right.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, that brings it back to me. First, a little bit of housekeeping here. Tonight's Player's Choice Award was a tie between Big Al and Tiz. Both of you get an extra 75 experience points for the night. Um, good job, gentlemen. Uh, with that said, hold on a second. The T real E didn't go down so well. I am the Just a King Zerat. You can catch me here a whole bunch. Not as much as I'd like, but you know, what are you gonna do? Adult life does adult things to you. Most notably, you've caught me here tonight for the newly rechristened Ballad of the Menagerie. And you can catch me tomorrow night for our flagship show, running our flagship show, The Fire Strike, my favorite group of space terrorists, space pirates, and never do wells. That shit is insanity, and in its fourth season, oh my god, how did I get it to 4 seasons? I don't know, but I love it. You can catch me in a number of other things around here, various different thises and that's. I'm not entirely certain about scheduling with some of the games that are going on, but we're kind of working on that. You can also catch me here on Saturday nights. Saturday nights where, well, uh, I died in my character died in Spark of Fate, and that was totally my fault, and I'm totally cool with it. It made sense within the context of what was going on and with the character. So um, I guess I won't be there for the final fight, but I will wish my former party members good luck, and I hope they roll really well. Uh, and other Saturday nights, I also do, as aforementioned, the Justice Grab Bag, whereupon I do a bunch of different systems and games that I find interesting and fun. Not the least of which is the Flesh and Fire, our Apocalypse World game, which is, think Mad Max with a lot of psychic fuckery going on. And that's what you got there. It's weird, it's wild, it's crazy. The characters are so far over the top, it's just madness. Um, and I think if James were here, he'd say something about a last alliance of beef and men
Yep.
or something. But there is a big war that's about to happen in that one. We also have Legion Championship Wrestling, which, yes, they did make a role playing game about wrestling. And yes, it is as bonkers, batshit crazy, and fun as you think it is. We pay homage to and make fun of everything and celebrate everything there is about professional wrestling that is goofy, wacky, wild, and weird. And I'm only going to say this a million times and more. But if you can't laugh at professional wrestling, you are not actually a professional wrestling fan. I'm sorry to tell you, comedy's always been a part of it. Um, and then I also do the DC Heroes role playing game, sometimes where we throw away all the DC and we just keep the rules and do our own comic book structure with Faulty Comics Presents, which I will eventually get back to someday. there may be other projects and things coming down the pipelines. Stay tuned. We will try to announce as we go. Would like to give a shout out and a um, warm thank you to the fellows over at It Me JP's roleplay shows. I understand they're no longer doing role playing content anymore. I understand the reasons why. Um, they did inspire us to be here, or at least me to be here and do this thing. So thanks for everything, JP and crew. All of you, really hours of enjoyment in my life. Um, and for those of you who may have been watching them and you're looking for a new home, hey, we got a seat for you right here. With that said, let's because we always have to RIP something on our way out. Let's RIP the troll and get out of here.
All right.
All right.
R.I.P. Troll.